Good morning, everybody. So you know what we do. I come in a minute early before 6 so I can do what I need to do, and it gives you time to get yourselves together, get your notebooks, get your journals, whatever you're taking notes in, so we can have us a wonderful day today. So you guys do what you do, and I'm going to do what I do. It's time to share the empowerment. Let's go. Let's go. I'm really excited this morning, guys. I am really, really excited. This morning we are going to speak life, or are we? Oh, it's just so, I get so excited. You guys know I get excited. So I want everybody to come in and say good morning to me. Let me know how you're doing, how you feeling, how you living. I just feel good, especially after yesterday. Good morning, Susan. I feel really good, especially after like counting it all joy. I speak so good. I just feel so good. I feel good, and I'm really excited. So as everybody come in, remember to tell me good morning. Let me know how your day went, how things going, because this is going to be one of those, another just amazing encounter, it's just going to be really good. Good morning, Janet. Good morning, Festus. It's going to be really good this morning. Like really, really good. Really, really, just really, really good. And I'm really excited about it. So like I said, you know how I do. I come in, I do my sharing. It's now 6 o'clock, and I'm really excited, guys. I'm really excited about what we're going to talk about, how we're going to speak life this morning. Or are we going to speak life? Like, it's just so much. Like when I do the studying and I do the research and I really start like honing in on it, it just makes me rethink everything. Good morning, Veronica. It just makes me rethink everything. And so this morning we're going to understand speaking life. And when I tell y'all, you guys know I get excited. You know I get excited. Sometimes I forget to put my phone on do not disturb so I don't get all those notifications. But I'm really excited, and we're about to go in and we're about to discuss speaking life, right? Or are we going to speak life? Like, I don't know. So this is going to be so good, so good. So I always start out with definitions. I want you to remember what I said. Speak life. Speak life. Okay? Because that's something that we don't always do, but we do. And what did we learn like a couple of weeks ago? We tend to go back and resuscitate the dysfunction. But I need you to speak life, or can you speak life? Let's find out. What is the definition of speak? Say something in order to convey information or opinion or a feeling. So I'm saying something. I'm trying to convey something to you, right? Talk to in order to reprove. So I'm going to address something. I'm acknowledging something. In some cases, I'm accepting something. In some cases, I'm embracing something. But when I speak, I'm talking to the order of something. You ready? Talk in order. In order, my bad. And also to say words, to use the voice, or to have a conversation with someone. So at this point, the conversation that you're going to have today, because that's the main definition I want to get to, is that you're going to have this conversation with yourself. I don't want you telling me you speak in life to nobody else if you don't know how to convey, if you don't know how to talk to yourself. So right now we speak in life to ourselves. Okay? Now, what is life? I'm so excited. I get excited really early. I'm so excited. So what is life? The condition that distinguishes animals and plants from inorganic matter, including the capacity for growth, reproduction, functional activity, and continual change preceding death. So life is a condition that distinguishes you from what's real and what's fake. Dysfunction mimics life, but in actuality, nothing about dysfunction is organic. It's inorganic. Because remember, we learned that we wear habits. So life distinguishes you from something that does not have life, something that cannot reproduce itself, something that cannot grow, something that does not have functional activities. Remember, in order for this function to live, there has to be a living host. So that means that this function technically doesn't have life unless I have life. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Because dysfunction cannot, listen, the virus of dysfunction cannot live in a dead host. Function, because dysfunction is not organic. Remember, is abnormal behavior. Good morning, Don. I'm so excited. The other definition of life is the existence of an individual human being or an animal, right? So that's it. That's the definition of life. So what are you speaking? If you're going to speak life, if you're going to convey a conversation with yourself, if you're going to say something, if you're about to have a conversation with someone, then what is it that I'm speaking? That means that the only thing that you can speak, because life is organic, right? So the only thing that you can speak to you is growth, reproduction, being productive, fruitfulness, a functional activity. So I'm addressing actions when I speak life over me. I know we may feel dead to certain situations, but if there's a pulse, if there's a heartbeat, then there is life. And that what you have to understand is, even though that situation wants you to be dead to it, even though you want to die, you're going to have to speak, have a conversation with yourself so that you can reproduce. Not dysfunction, because you have no power over dysfunction. None whatsoever. But empowerment. I'm so excited. Y'all, I get so excited. I do. So now the next thing that we're going to talk about is a coach, because I am a life coach. But today you guys are all about to become life coaches, because now I want y'all to really pull out what it is that when people say these things, what it means. So if I am a life coach, that means I have the ability in what I do, because I'm organic, to manifest growth, reproduction, and functional activity in you. I have the ability to do that because I am a life coach. But I don't per se give you life. Good morning, Simone. Oh, I'm so excited. So what is a coach? What does it mean to coach? It means to train or instruct. So what are you saying? Today, you're going to instruct your life. You're going to coach your life. You're going to instruct your growth. You're going to instruct what needs to be reproduced. You're going to instruct those functional activities. Today, you are going to have a conversation. You are going to convey with yourself. You are going to speak life. I'm so excited. What else is a coach? Okay. All right. So what else is a coach? I love this one because y'all know I'm always getting down to the getting down, right? So what else could a coach be? A large, usually closed four-wheel, horse-drawn carriage, having doors in the insides and an elevated seat in the front for the driver. Oh, it's so cool because I see it in my head. So remember, I said we all about to be life coaches. What is the position of a coach? A coach is to give instruction or to train you. But when I looked up like coach, wait a minute, I got to give you the rest of them. A coach can also be a railroad passenger car intended primarily for day travel. It's a bus. It's a trailer. a two-doored enclosed automobile, or a class door enclosed automobile. Wait, a two-door enclosed automobile, or a class of passengers traveling in what they consider the lower fare than first class. I want y'all to understand that all the coaches underneath instruction all have the same thing. And that's the ability to carry you from one place to the next. When you understand that you no longer have to live your life as a situation, but as a journey, you learn how to instruct yourself. Be it if I got to get in this horse-drawn carriage, I'm going somewhere. Even if I have to be in a railroad passage car, I'm going somewhere because I am a coach. I am the one sitting on the front seat. I no longer live my life as a situation. I live it as a journey. Now, the thing about a life coach, because I say today all of y'all about to be life coaches. Oh, that's right. It's related to movement. So if you got a life coach, good morning, Teresa, and you ain't going from one place. What did I encourage and empower. That's my slogan. I encourage and empower so you can evolve. If what I'm doing does not create movement, if what I'm doing does not create travel, if what I'm doing does not have the ability to get you from one place to the next, then how am I a life coach? How are you going to be able to speak life to somebody and there's no evolvement? There's no journey. There's no travel. They just find themselves in situations, but they are not journeying. They are not traveling. Listen, when you realize that you have the ability to instruct your life, you have the ability to sit in front of that carriage and take this life on a journey. Now, it doesn't dismiss me if something happens along the way in my journey. Because that's what life is. Life, remember, is organic. It distinguishes you from something that's inorganic. Something that cannot produce life. Something that cannot reproduce itself. Remember, you got a horse and a jackass. And it creates a mule. The mule, that's the dysfunction. You came together with something that you should never come together with. A mule can never reproduce itself. Dysfunction put that together. So what you have to understand is there's always been life in you. Remember, like last week, we learned that certain things incubate themselves. They just sit there and they're waiting. And then we was talking about purpose, and Festus began to say that purpose preserves you. So what you not have to understand is that there's been some instruction going on. And life has allowed you the ability to keep moving, even when you felt dead. But today, you're going to be a life coach. Today, you're going to have a conversation with you. Today, you're going to instruct you. Today, you're going to carry yourself from one situation to the next. Now, everything that they put on here, it gave me I could see different avenues of your life. A horse and carriage, right? It ain't all of that, but you know, when you get on a horse and carriage, sometimes it's real bumpy. And if a horse is in front and what you're carrying is behind, and the horse begin to release, you know, its bodily functions, it smell bad. You got direct access to it. And you don't stop though. You have to keep going because there's a destination that you got to get to. See, each one of these things still have the ability and will still experience turbulence. Oh my God. So the horse and carriage, this is you bopping along. But you got to get there. You got to travel from one place to the next. And in this journey, in this coach, in me speaking life, I'm going to come up on some bumps. But I got to keep going. Sometimes you got to stop, right? What else is a coach? It's a railway passenger car intended for primary use, right? So what you're going to understand is that like in a horse and buggy, you can't carry a whole lot of people. But in a railroad passenger vehicle, you could carry quite a few people. Quite a few of y'all going to be in there. And even though it looked like we're all going to the same destination, because it may end at that spot and a whole bunch of us going to get off, but when we all get off, we all go somewhere different. Because as you travel, as you begin to coach your life, as you begin to speak to your life, as you begin to instruct your life, you're going to realize that I may not be on a horse and carriage. I might just be on a train. And that means I might get there just a little bit quicker. Some of y'all on a bus, but you're still moving. Some of y'all in a two-door enclosed automobile. So in my mind, that's a sports car. And you trying to get somewhere fast. The danger about a sports car, though, is when the impact hits something, it's deadly. And some of y'all want to get there quick. But I'm going to need you to get on a horse and carriage, because you got to be able to focus. You got to be able to navigate that thing. Now, there are things in your life as you begin to speak life, as you begin to instruct, as you begin to coach your life, as you begin to take control over your life, becoming stronger and more confident, gaining control over your life and as you begin to coach, as you begin to instruct your life, as you begin to instruct the reproduction of as you begin to instruct what is organically yours, you're going to realize at certain points you might just be on a horse and carriage. And at certain points you might be able, and you can lose control in fast cars. You're absolutely correct. So as you keep going, as you begin to instruct, as you begin to coach your life, as you begin to do these things, you're going to realize that at some point you might have been on a train. In certain situations, you might be on a horse and carriage, on like a buggy ride. In some cases, you might be on a plane. You might be in a two-seater vehicle, but you're still doing what? You're still moving. It's getting you from one place to the next. And sometimes you want to get there quick. So you want to take that plane. And this is the thing, because some of y'all get so caught up in society's labels. We all on the same plane. But you feeling some type of way because somebody in first class. And you're in coach. But we all on the same plane. Well, you might not get the snacks that they get. And you might not get the wider seats that they get, but you're still going to get to the destination. And the thing about it, if we go down in this plane, it's not like first class going to be able to get out of it first. No. If we go down, we're all going down. When you understand that life does not discriminate, life has always had the ability to reproduce. But are you instructing your life? Are you speaking your life? Are you coaching your life? Because if you're not able to do these things, then something or someone else is doing it for you. And I promise you, it's dysfunction. If I can't promise you nothing else, I promise you it's dysfunction. Do you have the ability to speak life, to instruct life, to reproduce life, productivity, fruitfulness? Is the soil fertile? Is the rain fertile? Is it fruitful? Can you, when you instruct your life, you have the ability to count the bumps, Joy. You've learned that I have to be inclusive of everything. I cannot instruct life. I cannot do it if I'm not willing to count it all. Joy, the bumps, joy, the turbulence, joy, the turmoil, joy. If I can't do that, then I am not being organic. I'm just creating something that does not have the ability to reproduce itself. That's that mule. I can't do it. And I look funny because I'm not in my design purpose. See, a lot of y'all want to say you speak life. Oh, I spoke life to that situation. I mean, you could have spoke dead. And a dead person can't speak. Right? Y'all ready? Oh, I'm so excited. So coach has some other definitions. a private tutor, one who instructs or trains, one who instructs players in the fundamentals of a sport or direct team strategy. So now, these moments that I have with you guys, this that private tutoring session, right? Even though it's a lot of us, it's that private tutoring session. Because I understand that I have the ability to instruct life. But today, I'm going to activate you to instruct your own life. To resurrect whatever you felt was dead. To be healed of dysfunction. All we've been doing we've done this 27 times. We've been doing this over a month. Is that you've been learning how to instruct, how to speak in so much that it manifests. Because the thing I want you to know about life is that life does what? It is growth and it reproduces. So if what I'm speaking does not reproduce something that grows, I have not instructed. I have not spoken. So today, in your little comment section over here, I need y'all to say, I speak life. I instruct my life. Because you keep trying to instruct other stuff with other people. That's not how this works. You have to be the first person that you instruct. You got to be the first person that you see reproduce and are fruitful. Is the rain fruitful? Is the soil fruitful? You're the first that have to speak life to it. You have to instruct it. Say, I instruct my life. I instruct it. I speak it. Oh my God, I'm training it, right? I instruct my life. Because remember, dysfunction took control over that. Dysfunction took power. Dysfunctions want power, right? That's right, Don. This dysfunction wants you to have power over people and events. That's right, Tara. But you don't want power. You want to be empowered. That gives you the ability. You gain control over your life and claim your rights. You become stronger and more confident. Because that's the whole thing about empowerment. Empowerment gives you the ability to instruct, to navigate, to guide, to take rails, to handle. To handle what's like to head. I'm not going to let somebody else drive me off a cliff. See, all this time, dysfunction has been driving the horse and buggy. Dysfunction been driving the train. Dysfunction been piloting the plane. But now it's time for you to take control. Now it's time for you to gain control. Now it's time for you to instruct and navigate what this looks like. Because you've allowed life to give you circumstances and situations, but you have not lived your life as the journey it was designed to be. You are the life coach of you. You instruct you. A real life coach gives you what? The proper tools. That's right, Kelly. The proper tools and resources needed with a strategic plan of action to be implemented by you. The life coach is not supposed to do it for you. I can't make you want to. All I'm obligated to do is show you how to. That's it. That's all I've been called. That's it. That's what a life coach does. So when you gain control over your life, when you claim your rights, that gives you the ability to travel through life, either on a horse and buggy, in a plane, on a train. Oh my goodness, you know what I just thought about? Dr. Seuss. In a plane, in a train, in a car, on a bike, on a skateboard, even if you have to walk, you instruct it. Because there's always movement. And don't let somebody else make you feel bad because they in first class. Baby, we all gonna get there at the same time. We all gonna get to the same place at the same time. So I don't care if you more dressed up. Remember, don't get offended by people who in first class because we put on habits. And they might not want to deal with their current situation. They want to hide it in their habits. So see, some of y'all get so distracted. That's that power. You want to have power over people. No, I don't want to have power over people. I want to be empowered for me, myself, and I don't have time to be trying to make somebody else feel good, because I got to instruct my life. I got to gain control over my life and claim my rights so I can be stronger and more confident. So what is instruct, right? Because we're going to instruct some stuff today. I told y'all about to be life coaches, okay? Y'all going to instruct some stuff today. Y'all ready? What does instruct mean? It means to direct or command someone, and the someone going to be you, to do something, especially as an official order. Now, if you've been on here with us for a minute, then you already know one of our main instructions over our life is I can, I will, and it's already done. See, that's you commanding it. That's you giving it order. If you want to start a business, I can, I will, and it's already done. If you want to go to school, I can, I will, and it's all. That's a direct order. That's not me asking if I can. That's not me asking if I will. That's not me asking if it's already done. That's me commanding. That's me speaking that I can, I will, and it's already done. You've already done it. You got to see it before you see it. You got to understand how to speak, how to command, how to instruct life. I don't wonder if you're going to accomplish the things that I put out to do, because I know how to speak life. You know who was the first person I had to speak life to? That was me. I had to instruct me. I had to command me. I had to show me. I had to get on that horse and buggy and get me. I had to live my life as a journey and not a situation. I had to gain control over my life and claim my rights. That's empowerment. That's speaking life. I can, I will, and it's already done. Like when you get that thing, that's right, Tara, write it down, y'all. I can, I will, and it's already done. If you, because some of y'all don't understand why people tell y'all to have goals, and like some people write the vision and they make it plain and they put vision boards up, and that's all cute. But if I'm not speaking reproductive, and if I'm not putting it on fruitful soil, if I'm not putting it in fruitful soil, and I'm not under that fruitful rain, then what's going to take place? Remember, if I speak to the mountain and the mountain don't move, then I'm going to move. But I'm going to always be moving because I control. I have gained control over my life, and I've claimed my rights. And for those of you religious people out there, because I felt somebody, I mean, technically it's God. Okay. I'm going to go with your answer. Oh, that sounds so special. Let me tell you something. Now, I done read that Bible before, and there's a whole lot of stuff in there you got to do on your own. Now, he told us. Now, he said, now, if the birds in the air not worried about what they eat, then why should you worry, right? But that thing also told us what? If a man don't work, he don't eat. See, some of y'all trying to let somebody else guide your horse and carriage, right? Because we've been brainwashed to believe like that's God got this, God got that, and I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm gonna let God do it. No, God really is with you because He in you. He said, acknowledge me and I'll direct you. So if you say, I'm finna start this business, Father, right? Okay, boo. He already know what talents you got. He waiting on you. Command it. Speak it. Manifest it. There is power of life and death in your tongue. Are you speaking life? Have you instructed life? Have you commanded life? No. You waiting on somebody else to do this for you. You're waiting for the life coach to do it for you. You're waiting for the preacher to do it for you. You're waiting for the prophet to do it for you. You're waiting for the teacher to do it for you. You're waiting for your husband to do it for you. You're waiting for your wife to do it for you. You're waiting for whoever else to do it for you. And I'm telling you, the only person that can speak life concerning you is you. Let me tell you why life coaching is what it is. Right? You have to have two like-minded people that have come together. So that means I came together with my client. And my client was like, hey, Tisha, I'm ready, but I don't have the proper tools, resources, or strategic plan to get me from point A to point B. She already know, or he already knows that there is life, but there's no structure. There's no order. They don't know how to command it. They don't know how to manifest it. So me as the life coach, I come in and give instruction. I come in and I train and I connect with the coach that's already in them. It's not going to manifest until they speak it, until they do it, until they apply it, until they walk into it, until they begin to take control and take the reins over their own life. It's not me doing it. I didn't do this for Susan. I didn't make these manifestations happen for Janet. I didn't make these manifestations happen for Veronica. All I did was connect with the life they already had and showed them how to reproduce it. I showed them how to plant that thing in fertile ground. I showed them how to plant it and watch the fruitful rain fall. That's it. That's it. The prophet ain't create this. Whatever somebody prophesied over your life, that thing only gonna manifest when you connect with the words that were spoken. When you speak it, when you declare it, you have to speak life. Y'all, this feels so good. And I still ain't done. So what else is instruct? Instruct is to teach someone a subject or a skill. All right. Because some of y'all, it ain't that you don't know how to do some stuff. See, in all these days, the problem for most of us is that we didn't know what was going on. We didn't realize dysfunction had infested us. We didn't realize that dysfunction been there so long, it was all in the roots. It was with our mamas in them and our daddies in them, and they collided and created more dysfunction. And instead of getting rehabilitated, they just built more prisons and housed us in the prisons. So when the skill is being aware of the virus of dysfunction, that's all I did. I came in and showed you and how to expose it. Many of you didn't even realize that it was dysfunction. So you didn't know how to articulate your anger. You didn't know how to articulate your self-doubt. You weren't sure how to articulate your low self-esteem. Because what happened is we started putting them on like habits. We didn't know how to count it all joy. We didn't understand that we had to take great delight and great measures in what we were designed to do. We didn't realize that we had to ascend it. And it don't matter if you multiply it. You still got to leave them ones that you didn't say out loud. They're still in the count. So it don't matter how fast you get there or how slow you get there. Remember, they teach us that in church. The race is not given to the swift nor to the strong, but the one that endureth until the end. We are endurers, but we're not going to be any kind of endurers. We're going to be empowered endurers. People give up because they have not been empowered. People give up because they are not stronger. They have not gained more confidence. They don't have control over their life or their rights because they don't know how to instruct life. They don't understand how to coach life, and they don't want a trainer to come in and show them how to do it. I connected with you. You connected with me. All you did was take the proper tools and resources needed. You implemented the plan of action. When a coach comes in and shows a football player how to do specific plays, all this is just training. The actual work has to be done by the football player. The coach don't get out there and make the touchdown. The coach don't get out there and make the basket for LeBron. No. And most coaches take credit for people who are already gifted in that area. It's just that they teach them how to hone in on their gift. They teach them how to magnify it. They teach them how to gain control over it. So the minute you say you got a life coach and they're doing the work for you, No, that's not your life coach. That's your master. Because they don't want you to be empowered. They want to have power over you. That goes for pastors, apostles, evangelists, teachers, preachers. Anything that tries to have more control over my life than I do is dysfunction. And I don't know about that. Well, the Father, now, the one I know, he said, I got my own free will. Dysfunction comes to try to come in and take over your free will, take over your choices. I can't make you want to, but I can show you how to. Right? So y'all ready? Now, the origin of instruct is the Latin, right? Because I like this. I like the origin of instruct. I get so excited, y'all, for real. The origin of instruct simply means this. Y'all ready? Constructed. So we're putting some stuff together. Equipped, because you have to be equipped for this journey. And taught. So when I give instructions, when you give instructions, it helps to construct, it equips you for your journey, and it teaches you something. There's lessons to be learned in this life as a journey. But when you continue to live life as a situation, you just find yourself in circumstances. You just something you find yourself in. When people be like, oh, it's just a situation, because they don't want to be specific, because they really don't know how they got there. So, are you equipped? Y'all, this feels so good to me. I'm already sweating. Are you equipped to instruct life over you? Are you equipped to reproduce? Are you equipped for growth? Are you equipped to evolve? Remember, the cocoon don't look like he got much going on for him, but he's equipped to uncover his own self for the next journey. Bears know when it's time to go hibernate. Birds know when it's time to fly south. Everything knows what it's supposed to do, but you. Because you have yet to understand that you have to be empowered. Speak life. Embrace life. Embody life. Be your own life coach. Because when I ain't there and the video not doing what it need to do, if you've taken the proper tools, resources, and the strategic plan of action that only you can implement, it gives you the power. It empowers you. It empowers you to become stronger and more confident, gaining control over your life and claiming your rights. You can, you will, and it's already done. But what is instruction? Because this is where we at now. I'm about to give instruction. Because y'all don't like instructions. I don't either. I'm that one. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I just look at it and be like, I'll figure it out. Because sometimes the instructions are not as clear as we think. That's why when I tell people, you're going to tell me something, I need clarity. And that found funny because technically clarity is supposed to be clear. But you have to understand what's clear to somebody else may not be clear to me. That's why some of you are frustrated. Because you're trying to do it exactly how somebody else did it. That's their clear understanding. That's their clear instructions. That's not yours. See, you trying to instruct this plane or this train when you just supposed to be on this carriage ride, on this horse and buggy. It don't diminish you getting to your destination. It means that what you need to do is going to take a little bit longer. And some places you're not going to be able to get to unless you're in a plane. Some places you're not going to be able to drive to. But until you get there, you keep driving. And then after a while, it's called elevation. We evolve from one place to the next. Remember yesterday we were counting it all joy? It was ascending order. We were going up. Remember reproduce, growth, evolvement. It's still the 4 pillars. Acknowledge, accept, embrace, and evolve. Y'all ready? Ooh, I love it. So instruction is detailed information telling how something should be done, operated, or assembled. So all this stuff we've been doing, all these 27 mornings we done got up together, it's been instruction. It's been detailed on how you need to do this. But the only person that's been able to implement it, the only person that's been able to really coach it, the only person that's been able to really speak to it is you. All I've done is given instructions. All I've done is showed you where it's at. All I've done is showed you how it came together. I taught you how it assembled, and I'm showing you and instructing you on how to disassemble, how to unassemble. What is it? I need a word. Disassemble. That's it. Thanks, babe. He right now. How to disassemble the dysfunction. How to kill it. All I'm giving is instruction, details. I'm showing you how to expose it. But the only person that can expose it is you. I'm showing you how to boost your immune system. But the only person that can boost it is you. I'm showing you how to walk out of the confinement and operate in freedom. But the only person that has the ability to do that is you. Because you speak life. I just give instructions, an outline or a manual of technical procedures. I've outlined it for you. But the only person that can assemble it, the only person that can put it together is you. A direction calling for compliance. Y'all don't want to comply. You want to skip steps. You got to do this step by step by step by step. There ain't no easy way. Ain't no vaccine. I keep telling you, ain't no vaccine for dysfunction. You got to acknowledge it, accept it, embrace it, and evolve from it. You have to expose it. But this is the one I've been wanting to get to, right? Because remember we talked about dysfunction and then talk about the computer definition of dysfunction, and dysfunction like to get in there and they like to replicate the system and shut down the system and or network. So when you talk about instruction, it's a code that tells a computer to perform a particular act, a particular operation. Y'all ready? I'm so excited. In other words, the code is speaking life to the particular task at hand. What is it that you want? What is it that you need? What is it that you are not articulating? What is it that you have not made plain? What is it that you see but you don't see? What is it that you say but you don't say? Because remember, we learned that you have to have SMART goals. You have to be specific. You got to speak it. When you do that, is this measurable? Yes, I can't hold this no more. Is it attainable? Yes, I can. Is it realistic? Yes, I will. Is it timely? Yes, because it's already done. I can, I will, it's already done. Listen, one step at a time. That's right, Stephanie. One step at a time. You cannot make yourself, you're trying to skip some stuff. You want this vaccination. I want the vaccine because you don't want to put the work in. Ain't no vaccine for dysfunction. You got to put the work in, but you got to speak life to it. And we've been conditioned to acknowledge the negative so much. What we're not doing, what we feel we can't do, what we say we will not do, what we say will not get done. But how many of you are speaking life to that you can do it, that you will do it, and that it's already done? That's how you speak life. That's how you instruct life. That's why I can authentically say I am a life coach. I instruct you. I give instructions that only you can implement. I give the tools and resources needed, the proper tools and the proper resources needed. But the only person that can implement the action is you. You know how they tell us faith without works is dead? And when you realize that faith is an action, it took faith for some of you to even start doing this. It took faith for me to say I'm going to get up at 4:30 in the morning to do this Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. It took faith. But because I planted it in fruitful soil and I watched the fruitful rain, and now I'm seeing the manifestation of me speaking life, not to you, but to me, of me instructing my life. Ha! So I didn't just roll over and decide I'm going to be a life coach today. I had to learn how to instruct my own life. I had to understand how to empower my own life. I had to understand how do I become stronger and more confident in my own life. Those 4 pillars are not something that I just said, oh, this sounds good. No, that's in everything. Acknowledge, accept, embrace, and evolve. Why is that so important? Because you're not going to be able to speak the life until you speak life, until you instruct it, until you verbalize it, until you get in the mirror and you say it to yourself. I want y'all to get in the mirrors. Even as y'all looking at me, say it to the computer. Nobody in there with you. I mean, it might be a family member. Say, I can, I will. I don't want you to type it. I want you to say it. I can, I will, and it's already done. But what is it that you can do? What is it that you will do? And what is it that's already done? Remember, you got to be specific. So I can start my own business. I will start my own business. I have already started my own business. I can go back to school. I will go back to school. I am already in school. You see how this works? I can have my own home. I will have my own home. I already have my own home. That's right. So what we doing today, y'all? What is it that you're speaking to? What is it that you're instructing in your life? What is it that you realize that I've given you the outline? I've given you the manual. I've given you the codes. I've given you what you needed. I've done this. We went through this day by day, by day, by day. By now, you should start seeing the manifestations of not what I spoke, but what you spoke. The changes that you see manifesting in your life, that's not what I said. That's what you said. Because you implemented it. That's what you did. Because, see, I want y'all to understand what I'm saying. You created. When I wanted to go to Belize, and I wasn't sure how I was going to do it, I didn't wait for somebody to invite us. I sent the emails out and said, this is what we do. This is when we'll be there. Do you mind if we come and do this? I can, I will, and it was done. It manifested. What is it that you're afraid to speak life to? What is it in your life that you're afraid to instruct? What is it that you're afraid to give order to? Because when you give order to something, it ascends. There's specific orders. This is order 1. This is what you need to do 2. This is 3rd step. What is it that you're afraid to be specific about? Are you not sure if it's measurable? Are you not sure if it's attainable? Are you not sure if it's realistic? Are you not sure if it's timely? Because what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to acknowledge it. I can run a successful business. Accept it. I will run a successful business. Embrace it. It's already done because I am running a successful business and evolve into it being a super successful business. The manifestations. What you going to school is going to evolve into. What is it that you running this business is going to evolve into? What is it that you say, you know what, I'm going to go back to school? What does that look like? What is the involvement of that situation? Y'all, when I tell y'all, I like this. I love this. So from now on, from this day forward, you welcome, AJ. From this day forward, what is it that you're not being specific about? What is it that you're not measuring? What is it that you feel you cannot attain? What is it that you feel is not real? What is it that you feel you've ran out of time for because you don't think it's time? What SMART goals? That's all that is SMART goals. What is it that you are refusing to acknowledge? What is it that you are refusing to accept? What is it that you are refusing to embrace? And what is it that you're refusing to evolve from? What are you afraid to speak life to? Because remember, fear is the mastermind behind all of this. Every bit of it. Fear manipulates. Fear crafts an outcome. I need you to speak life to your truth. Speak life. Articulated. That was one of the definitions. To articulate with voice. Some of you don't want to say that you want to be successful because you don't want to hear what nobody else got to say because you feel like you in coach and they in first class. Baby, we all on the same plane. We all going to the same place. So what? Your seat a little bit more comfortable than mine. It ain't going to stop me from getting where I got to go. What is it? Let me tell y'all something. Because I'm going to show y'all when I speak this thing. I'm not wondering if I'm ever going to have my own talk show. Right? That ain't something I wonder because I've already done it. It just, when I seen it, I don't know if I gave it a specific timeline. So I did the whole Embrace Your Ugly, the EYU TV. I did my YouTube. I've done that. Then I was like, I want to be able to speak globally. And then Corona had came and Corona was like, y'all not going nowhere. That's how we ended back up in the States. So now, because I can, I will, and it's already done, right? Because I spoke it. Technically, what I do now is global. Because people in Canada watch this. People in Nigeria watch this. People in Belize are watching this. People in other states are watching this. So wait a minute, Tisha, because you got to see it in order to see it. I don't have to, I think somebody just got it. What does it look like to you? I was very specific about what I wanted. Now, most of us see stuff on a plane. I didn't think that I was going to be on a horse and carriage and a buggy, and I'm going to feel every bump. But we feeling it together. I don't mind getting there at a slower pace than somebody else. I just want to fulfill it. I want to finish it. And me trying to rush and get it, sometimes you don't appreciate it as much when you get it too quick. Sometimes you got to learn extra lessons because you was trying to multiply and get there fast. I've learned to count it all joy. I've learned to embrace all of it. So what we gonna do today, guys? Because that's it. That's all I got for y'all today. I promise that's it. That's all. And I finished, and it's 6:53. I want you guys to speak life. I want you to instruct your life. Don't be trying to speak life over your kids and them. No, you have to start with you. You have to instruct you. I've given you the manuals. I've given you the techniques. I've explained to you what it is that a life coach actually is supposed to do. But when you realize that you're the only person, even when you go to a life coach, they can't do it for you. They just connect with you to help you see what it is you couldn't see and give you the proper tools, the proper resources, and the proper strategic plan of action to be implemented by you. They can't make you want to. All they can do is show you how to.
And the proper strategic plan of action to be implemented.
I hit the wrong button. So what you have to realize is that you got to do this. You're welcome, Janet. So now, today, your assignment is to begin to articulate with voice the life. It's time for you to articulate with voice the growth. It's time for you to articulate with voice fruitful reproduction. It's time for you to articulate with voice the evolvement. It's time for you to articulate with voice that destination. It's time for you to articulate with voice your journey. And it don't matter if you're doing it on a horse and buggy. It don't matter if you're doing it in a plane. It don't matter if you're doing it on a train. Just continue to articulate with voice. Give it sound. Make it visual. That you can and you will, because it's already done. The very thing I articulated, I do. The very thing that I instructed concerning me, I'm doing. Because I had to say it out loud. I had to see it out loud. I had to operate in it out loud. It needs a sound to it, guys. You've muted it so long. Release it. Speak it as loud as you can. Because you can, you will, and it's already done. So until tomorrow, same time, same place. I guess we'll find out in the morning what we're talking about. But I want you guys to continue to speak life. Instruct life. Articulate life. Because life is organic. It reproduces other organic things. Life is joy. That's why you have to count it all joy. Life is not a situation. It's not something that you found yourself in, but it's a journey that takes you from place to place. And if it's on a train or a plane, I keep hearing green eggs and ham. If it's on a boat, if it's with a goat, it's still life. So until tomorrow, I love you guys. Make it a great day. And remember to speak life.